So, we're gonna talk about Aryan God. I got this one for you. So here, this study argues that the use of number 7 may be reference especially to the castration or emasculation of Aryan competitor in Jewish numerology, particularly via reaping or harvesting metaphor. Indeed, Saturn. So we try again. Aryan sky god Uranus. How you got it, people? You are not worshipping Aryan god Uranus, so you are worshipping Saturn, a reaping harvest god, castrator or overthrower of the Aryan sky god Uranus. So Uranus is the Aryan god, also Anu, and Saturn, Cronus, Saturn. It's about the circumcision. We talked about this before, and I have some pictures for you, a lot of pictures actually. But we go back to this one. I was here. I was commenting this one. So these guys say, Israel killed the Nasrallah leader. They say, I don't know. They didn't confirm Hezbollah yet, but they say Israel did it. So this guy, one Israeli nuke would end Hezbollah in seconds. So I was thinking about the same. If nuke will take out Beirut and Lebanon in 1 second. But then we remember this one, all this area in blue color. This is belonging to Israel according to this prophecy in the Bible, in the Holy Bible, by Yahweh. So Yahweh promised all this country to Abraham people, and this guy, he said he means he's from Abraham, and this area is belonging to him and to his people, the Jews. But the problem here is that Abraham, actually in his time, there's no God called Yahweh, but there was a God called Enlil. And I found a text where we found the original text from the Sumerians, where we read about this one. So we go here. I'm gonna show it to you, this one. So of course this is nothing from me. So we see here, Enlil gave Abraham land and riches until he was the richest man of his time. This is the Sumerian um, tablets. They wrote about it before the Bible. We found it recently in Iraq, and these were written about Enlil and Abraham and all this stuff. So Enlil gave Abraham land and riches until he was the richest man of his time. In 2048, so 2024, we had the nuke, Sodom and Gomorrah. We remember the Enlil war between Enlil and Marduk. So Enlil forces nuked Enlil Marduk, but he was saved in Babylon. We know that Marduk also mentioned in the Holy Bible, and the God himself, he said, I will punish Marduk. So we go back in 2048 BC, Enlil ordered him to Canaan and to save Sinai. This is where we have God Sinai, the moon god. Abraham, Sinai, Moses, okay, and then ordered him to Canaan and save Sinai. The commander brought Abraham. So Abraham was fighting against Marduk. Sorry, but so Abraham was, very, very anti-Marduk, anti-Mordechai. So commander bought Abraham the best chariots. You see, he's talking about UFO ships, people, finest horse, well-trained soldiers and weapons. And when they say chariots, UFO ships, horses, it must be like they have forces on the ground and in air. Men in hours, 1,000 men in hours. Could submit an army, 10,000 men in hours. You see, soldiers, weapons, chariots, best chariots. And Lil and Saint Abraham, 75 years old nephew, Lut. You know Lut? The one who said this connection about this curse about, yeah, yes, they said about homosexuality and Lut and stuff. So yeah, this is we are reading the original story, whether you like it or not. We don't have anything here against this stuff, these stories. This is the original. This is the main source. And Lil and Saint Abraham, then 70 years old, his nephew Lut, the Negab, dry lands bordering to Sinai. So in 2047 BC, Enlil dispatched Abraham and Lut to Egypt for more men and camels. Abraham blocked Enlil, eldest son, Ninurta, Alamites. You see, Alamites. You see, this is from the Bible. They took it from here, Ninutra, son of Enlil. This is Enlil. This is the holy bloodline of Enlil, son of Anu, Uranos, the Aryan God. Enlil, as a reward to Abraham for his help fighting, getting rid of Marduk and making Canaan, all this area. You see how all this area, greater Israel, greater Syria, crescent, fertile crescent. From Lebanon, Byblos, Bible, Canaan, Jerusalem, Jericho talked about the city of the moon, Jerusalem, Canaan, Ugarit. They found the Trinity, El, God El, and Asherah, and Baal worship, Byblos, Canaan, Canaanites, Iraq, Assyria, the two rivers. You see the two lines on the Israeli flag. The one river is Sinai. It's not seen in this map. And then this Euphrates River. Syria, Nineveh, Ashur, Akkad. So Enlil, he bombed this region, and Marduk region was there. So, but he was trying to control or controlling this region. So this region were destroyed, but not this region. And Sumerians like lost because a lot of these regions, Sumerians, they were destroyed, but Marduk he survived. So now we read on. But as soon as Abraham impregnated Hagar, she insulted Sarah. Sarah punished her, and she ran to the desert. And Lean sent one of his emissary to Hagar, who then returned to Abraham's camp on board Ismael. Remember El, Ilu, Elohim, Ismael, Israel. You see, Daniel. Then Abraham, all is about El from Abraham. Also Abraham, Ainu ancestor. Ainu also is from Anu. The Abraham moved to just like El is Anu, Ainu, Ilu. Ilu, lima shabaktani, said Jesus Christ. So we know that who's El, who's Ilu. Then Abraham moved back to Bok Nabu and slave Nabu, son of Marduk, Nabi, and his slave, the prophet, and his slave armies advancing on the Sinai. Marduk captured Haran. You see? You see, I was reading this for you just to show you that Enlil was fighting Marduk using Abraham to fight Marduk. This is what I'm always saying. And we know that Marduk is mentioned in the Bible. So Marduk, who is Marduk? Marduk is Baal. So here we go back to Saturn. So see Saturn here? You see here, people. Tower of Babel. Yahweh is Kronos. So
The gods undertook to raise a tower whose top should reach the sky where
so you see
Babylon
here,
now.
if you go here, we read about Saturn. Why Jews like the number seven? Because it was influenced by Hindu-Arabic numeral system currently used in the West. So in the West, we use Arabic numbers from the origin, but the Arabs use the instead the in Hindu or Indian letters. So they are changed. And while today, number seven still bears some similarity to Siche. This could have been a clearer induction upside down G. So this is about, you see here, indeed the 7 day week, Levantine and Semitic lunar calendar. Then you have the Roman Emperor Constantine, who was pandering to Christians. The weekdays, so it was from the beginning how they got this religion inside the Aryan, their planetary names, Aryan Solar, this Sulis Sunday, they were Jewish, and Jewish god Saturn. You see here, flesh, wildling, fresh and consuming proto-Jewish original God Saturn. So Saturn is Yahweh. This is what I'm saying. And this is Canaanite, ancient Apollo. This is Canaanite God as well, because talked about Sinai and the moon god, who also Yahweh, also moon god. So conspiracy connects Saturn to the number six because of the number of the beast. You see, Saturn, and because the number of points in start of the uh, is idiotic, because the theory points Saturn as a star, which is correct in the identification. So far, we understand the God connected to astrology. So we have now Enlil, we have Marduk, and we got rid of Yahweh, we got rid of Allah, because we know that these are fictional deities, as these names about to confuse. We have Enlil, a real God. We have Marduk, a real God, and they are fighting. And the Hebrews, people of Abraham, they choose Enlil. And then Abraham, the leader, they start fighting against Marduk forces. This is the story, people. And Enlil, he said to Abraham, I will give you the whole country. If you from the Nile River to the Euphrates in Iraq, it will be for your family generation after generation if you help me fighting against Marduk, Mordechai. And Abraham, he said, yes, I will do it. So he gave him the land. So here we read, it is, I want just to show you that this is Saturn hexagon. You see, this is all this with Saturn, with number six, and the Star of David. This is all you see here, the Canaanite religion. You see, so I don't know why. So Saturn is, yeah, Kabbalah, 6 days. Okay, so everything is connected to 6 days of creation. So they mean God created the week in 7 days. Everything was created in 7 days. He got rest, and then Jesus Christ he said, "Oh my God, my Father, you never rest," and stuff like that. So Saturn is a Jewish God. Does not mean that all of the Titans, the Titans, Tit An from An, Tit. It's like anti God should be considered racially Semitic. Also, these are the giants. So this is the Benjamin Netanyahu Prime Minister. He talked about the giants, the Amalekites. He meant the Titans. Anti-An should be considered racially Semitic. You see here? So here we go again. Titans, anti-Semitic. You see? So if you hate the Titans, the giants, the Amalekites, you are anti-Semitic. This is what he is saying. So you need to be careful. You cannot hate the giants because they were Semitic. Understand, people? So the Amalekites, the giants, the Titans, anti-Anu, were Semitic. That's why if you say you're anti-Semitic, understand why they say that? So we move on. They exposed Jupiter, Jewish dominated and controlled. Chief god of Carthage was perhaps not Semitic. You know the Baal? Yeah, this is Semitic. After all, we have Carthaginian waged war against Rome. Thus, some Aryan elements capable of making war against Aryan Rome, Aryan religion. So yeah, it's mainly between war between this nice to read. You can hit Saturn, a former the Jewish God 7, a reference to Saturn. So this is Saturn. So this is connection between the Jewish Yahweh or Al Olam to the Roman deity Saturn. And this is about Saturn and his son Apollo. Apollo, you see, so talked about Apollo. Apollo used these devices exploded in Lebanon, and yeah, Jewish Saturnalia, Christmas, Jewish God, Bacchus, Dionysus. This is Kronos. So you see, this is the dragon, and this is he rides the dragon, or she rides the dragon. But this is maybe the Kronos because of this he has in his hand. Tactitus, refugees from Libya. Saturn was driven from his throne by aggression of Jupiter. So yeah, we have Saturn number 6 and Jupiter number 7. So the number 7 is the god. So when it was driven from his throne, it was like something in cosmos in astrology, and it was hit or it was moved. It was moved like Earth is moving or the sun is moving. They thought about the sun was moving. If Earth is moving, we see the sky differently between the ages and the years, and the stars they move. And this is the planets here. We have how you can see one planet is number 6, 7. They count from the sun. So here it should be clear to the modern reader Saturn is being suggested as a personification of the Jewish people in much the way Judah or Yahweh may be understood as personification of the Jewish people. So this is the relation. Saturn, number 6, Saturday, like Yahweh uh, is Sat. Yahweh is Saturn. So they are saying that, not me. Likewise, it should be a shared explosion comes in the hands of Aryan faction personified in Jupiter. Jupiter, the sky god, represents the Aryan force that overthrow the Jewish or proto-Jewish power to establish. So you have here that Jupiter, like in the story of Uranus and Cronus and Jupiter. So you know that Cronus is the father of Zeus, and Zeus is Jupiter. So Cronus, he castrated his father. That's why we have the circumcision in the Semitic. So even if it was his father Uranus, but this the one who circumcised his father is Cronus, and this is the cult of circumcision. But then he wanted to kill his son Zeus, who is Jupiter, who is Yahweh. So, but now he was in power before Zeus, Yahweh was born, Jupiter, so Saturn was there. Saturn was the god because it was number 7. So then we have Jupiter, and Jupiter it becomes number 7. So it becomes like Zeus, who is Yahweh, who is actually the the one who provides the victory for the Canaanite God against the Aryan God Kronos. Understand? Which is the beast. Anyways, talked about the whore of Babylon, and she rides on the beast. See, Jupiter is the sky to represent the Aryan. You see, okay, because if you say that Cronus, he was representing the Semitic tradition of circumcision, and he did it to his father Uranus, the Aryan god Uranus, and he got this Semitic tradition. And then Zeus, Yahweh, he comes and he do this to his father Cronus. Maybe he kills his father, but they know that Cronus want to kill his son because he was afraid to take his throne. So he killed his father, and by that he may be taking revenge for Anu, Uranus. And this is the proto Aryan revenge against Kronos, who is the beast, by the way. This is what they are saying. You see, Jupiter. Technically, it is we who are Jupiter, while our secured Amor descends Apollo, the Aryan force that overthrows the Jewish power strategy. So yeah, so Jupiter also is sky god. So yeah, this is we have. So to say Cronus is uh, both Jupiter and Saturn. Yeah, you can say like that because sometimes it's like that. If we go back here, we see this one. So here we see that Abraham was fighting Marduk for Enlil. So yeah, this is confused. So God knew Sinai. So God hears Enlil spaceport before leaving Earth to Marduk. So yeah, so this mm, I cannot write it so much. Nabu is son of Marduk. Marduk is son of Anki. Cities Marduk controlled from Sodom and Gomorrah. The cities that got nuked were controlled by Marduk Mordechai. And who nuked this city? Enlil. And who's Enlil? The one who promised Abraham greater Israel. And they were fighting the Sinai spaceport. Why? Because they got the chips to the space to the other planets. So it is Marduk. He said to the other Anunnaki gods, "I'm equal. All gods can be worshipped, like in my place, in my temple house." Marduk. So, leave Earth to Marduk. Keep the spaceport from Nabu. Nuke it. Okay. They nuke the spaceport, but they leave Earth to Marduk. So leave Earth to Marduk. So Nabu is a prophet or Nabi, like they make a deal. Like, okay, you can take out Beirut if we uh, if we let Earth to worship Marduk, and we like sacrifice. We're not gonna give it to these people or this prophet, son of Marduk, and we get all. So they are like threatening. They can do much more damage, but they are not doing this. They're just doing this. They can do much more. They are saying. Enki says he's angry and distraught. The council chamber left, and here was Enki smiling. Only he knew where the weapons, the real weapons, the nuclear weapons, were hidden. So did Enki think? So Enki, he said, okay, I'll be smart this time. Only me, I know where's the weapon. They can make a deal here and there, but no, I know where the weapon. So Enlil, he came to earth with Abgal, and Abgal, his messenger, he knew where the weapon was. So he took them to Enlil, and they showed them to Enlil, and hidden from Enki. So Enki, he has no weapon. Enki Adonai. Yeah, yeah. It was without Enki needing Enlil to the two heroes, Ninurta, his son, the hiding place is disclosed. Yeah, so why did new? So this is here Abraham, the story. Enlil advocated the Agigi astronauts from the Sinai. Two other Nibirians to confirm spies Abraham and Lut that Nabu, son of Marduk, has infiltrated Sodom and Gomorrah. Angels. Angels. Enlil ordered Abraham. Then 19 to male for to cut off. It's not about the circumcision. Yeah, so here Ninuta attacked 2,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago. On that day, on this day, this year, for 4,000 years ago, the first air weapon called one, the Ninurta, he got the nukes. He nuked Sodom and Gomorrah because of the Marduk he was trying to take over. And we have also this so-called the sky religions, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. They have all this. They say Abraham their father, and Abraham was worshiping Enlil. This is the problem, people. Abraham was worshiping Enlil, and this is we have Marduk, So Najal bombed his brother Marduk forces in Canaan. Najal nuked Sodom and Gomorrah. You see here all this fight between Marduk and Enlil. And here we have the connection to my channel. The Anunnaki Council on Earth radioed King Anu back on Nibiru. Would he authorize nukes against the spaceport and against Nabu and his armies? Marduk, after all, believed he should rule Nibiru as part as dynastic agreement between King Alalu and Anu. Marduk threatened Anu in every way, so Anu gave his okay and nuke anyway. So if Marduk threatens Nibiru, this is what will happen. And how can Marduk threaten Nibiru by occupying the spaceport? Why? Because you can have airplanes to other planets to Nibiru attack. So it's like space wars like in the between spaceships and stuff like that, like what was before. So the nuke doesn't have anything to do with this stuff written about homosexuality. It's about Lut. These guys were worshipping Marduk, and the other guys were worshipping, following Enlil. You see, people, you messed up. You messed up, real. And this is how we can see about this one, because Saturn is Yahweh, Canaanite God, and Uranus. Anu is Aryan God. I showed you the evidence, and this is why you need to be careful who you are cheering for. Actually, it's not about anyone. It's about Baal, the different man. So here we have it. You see here, so they bombed, they killed his Hezbollah leader, and see the smoke rising up. So it's everywhere. So so they bombed yesterday. They killed him, and they said to die. Uh, so this one, common, you see people, they killed him. So they killed him, and yeah, what does that mean? So we're gonna have some show you some picture. We're gonna talk at the same time, and I have another device here. Let's see. Yeah. So now I'm gonna show you quick. So all these pictures from here, this one you didn't see. Oh, this one you saw. This one was last one I saw you. I show you. That was 22 um September 13. 22 September 1308. So and then this one you seen all these ones. So we have this one here. 22 September 18 p.m. So here we have these pictures you didn't see actually. I couldn't show it to you. And this one here you didn't see it. And here and here. So I will make quick. I have many pictures, and then I'm gonna watch the news like you. So this is shocking, of course, and not shocking, but you don't know what will happen. Like something will happen, like because we don't think nothing will happen. Something will happen, maybe, but we don't know really what will happen. So anything can happen before because they don't know their capabilities. Maybe they don't want to show, but of course, it will not be chill. Like everything will stop, the fire, the bombs, and no, no, no. It's not like supposed to go like that. So this spaceship of God, the Most High King of Anu, Creator of all. Still seen that was 22 September. You see the time and everything here, spaceship of God, and here also spaceship of Uranus. So yeah, I've been here, spaceship of God. I've been very engaged with the news and stuff, but of course we don't know why Hezbollah is not said yet, admitted and stuff. Maybe it will be like they don't know what to do next. It's like, and of course, Iran and all these countries, they didn't have the time maybe to do something. Everything went too quick and stuff like that. And yeah, you see, when you don't have a air force like planes and stuff, you cannot have a war because even it was underground. They said he was meeting or something was living there underground. So the bombs went in and they destroyed like a lot. Spaceship of God, King Anu. So yeah, you see here also, you see this stuff. So yeah, it's been like while recently, you see, they start doing this stuff, and I don't know why I want to create like war and stuff and killing, but now this I believe they. So this one was a little not very good picture, but because it's here I saw it, but then we have this 24 September. Yeah, so if they assassinate him, or you can keep him alive, it's better. Like you see, if you have weapon, they destroy the weapon. But if you keep him alive and he doesn't have weapon, he doesn't like, cannot endanger you. You see the clouds, people here beneath. Oh my God! You see the colors. The spaceship of God, most hiking on him. All this line here. This is here. You see the colors. Amazing. So yeah, we don't know why they do that. You don't need to kill him. If you destroy the weapons, he cannot fight. You know, like. But I believe they have some kind of they need to have some kind of victories because everybody was bored with Gaza and stuff. So I don't see any like doesn't really affect the whole situation because they can pick another guy, and he moves on same. So it's not like that. But of course, and they did that before. You see this stuff, amazing. Yeah. So yeah, so they can have a fight, but now they're gonna like they are trying to move fast. They have a plan. They move fast and stuff. But I still believe they're gonna say, "Oh, they picked a new one, and we need to take the other one, the other guy." Oh, and they shot another missile against Israel. So this will continue. Like I said before, it will take 1 year. Then they say we're gonna finish. We need to finish Hezbollah totally, 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 like they did with Hamas. They say we need 1 year. They say now we're gonna do it in 1 week, 2 weeks. We need to go in with troops to help. They can say anything. Start like civil war between Lebanese themselves. They who hate Hezbollah and they who like Hezbollah and stuff. And then the Israelis they go in there and they do this stuff like they did in Gaza, and 1 year has gone, and then they start something with Iran, and Iran, of course, they don't dare to pick a fight to take the first shot. I warned Iran not to do that. Talked about the extraterrestrials, Galactic Federation, they took over. They have the authority to all these UFO ships and stuff. Also, one of these bombs that hit these days in Beirut. Also, one of these they hit in Beirut to 2020 for 4 years ago, and the whole port was destroyed. See the clouds, see people hear spaceship of God. So yeah, so they used a lot of weapons, and it was like a real combustion, a bombardment all night long, and very heavy bombs. Like I don't know, they used a lot, so they were showing force, and but they are moving on very fast, and I don't know why they can do it like this. They need to have results very soon. They have this timeline, and they believe they don't have 2 years to go. Very short time. 2 years is nothing. 2 years, and then you cannot do anything of this stuff because the 7 years of tribulation will be finished, and you cannot be doing this stuff. So this is about you see here. This is in the sky, people. I don't know what to say. I cannot say what I see because some stuff you're not allowed to say. Uh, that's where you can get personal problems in your life. Trying all the time. Oh, are you real good in your head? I'm not showing. I'm not saying anything. I'm just showing what I'm seeing with evidence. If you want to discuss, watch my channel. I have 500 subscribers who have seen or have some connection to the divine, to the Most High, to Holy Spirit. That what they see, what they feel, what they see, the experience, the spiritual experience. That's why they watch my channel. So this is you cannot take this from me. You cannot take this right to express a different kind of belief. And I'm showing you, it was worshipped. It was worshipped before, and it is worshipped now. And this is about the Trinity. Trinity is God, and God is Anu, and Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. And this is a spaceship of King Anu, Uranos. This is what I'm saying. The Aryan God, Uranos. We talked about this in the beginning of this video. We have a battle between the Aryan God and the Canaanite God. You see, called Semitic God. Okay, if you say anti-Semitic problem, that's why you don't criticize Yahweh because it's Semitic God. Agreed? Semitic or Canaanite God. Canaanite God, the Kronos, who castrated his father about sacrifice, blood sacrifice, circumcision. This is your choice. To have a God that sacrifice, blood sacrifice. You sacrifice your own, especially Organo 25 September at night. See, see here. I made it big, but then spaceship of God. So yeah, it's about you. It's up to you. You want to choose to sacrifice your children to satisfy your God? Do it. Abraham didn't do it. Kronos, he did. He wanted to sacrifice Zeus, Yahweh, his son. But he failed. So why you are worshiping Kronos, not Abraham? Abraham, he didn't do it, but he wanted to do it. for Enlil. I told you why he wanted to do to kill his son. If you kill your own, this is a sacrifice for God. So this is you believe. If you want to, this tradition is Semitic. You see, you cannot be anti-Semitic and not attack this God. If you attack this God, you're anti-Semitic. This is the God of sacrifice, circumcision. That's why this is called anti-Semitic. You cannot criticize someone who believe in this ceremony to sacrifice for God with the blood. And this is Semitic. This is the Canaanite tradition. This is Yahweh, Yehovah, Yahweh, Saturn, Kronos, and he has a battle with Anu, Uranus, Aryan God, who was the Most High, the Godfather of all from the beginning. He was castrated by his son, Kronos. So here is the spaceship of Anu. And the separation is from sky and earth. And the separation and led to this human created, and the human become uh, against their father, and they worship Baal. Here we have it as well, especially from King Anu. And here we start like a cigar shape. And here we see more detail. Here we see it as well. And here, so this one here is when it expands. You see it's above the city. You see the total length of the spaceship. Um, Invisible it is sometimes, sometimes not. You have a lot of nice pictures. You see the signs. It's like emerging from the clouds. Here we see a lot of parts. Actually, the forward part and the invisible part in between. Here we have it as well. You see here that more details. It's about the building, and here we have it as well. And here it separates. You see the two parts in the behind. And here we have it like we see some kind of movement behind, or coming like some kind of energetic energetic force. This line you see invisible. This part, see all this part, and this some kind of language. I don't know, code or something like you need to read, understand Sumerian stuff. I don't know. But of course, it's a spaceship of Anu. King Anu is there for a reason. Of course, for a reason in communication, language, and stuff. So for me and for believers, how to manage from this matrix and stuff like that. So here we have this one. Change. It's like trying to move from one direction to another direction, but it becomes giving some kind of like you see this energy coming out. It's above the church, always above the church, and here it's change again, changed shape totally, and then it becomes little tiny. The speed it goes another way, and here it comes back. You see here how it's doing, stretching, and it's changing all the time. Here is the time, 27 September 1440. You see here how it's doing. So this is here, you see. So yeah, this is very, very nice to watch. So you see how it is all the time changing, and this is for purposes also as well. I think not to be detected, and because you see, it does not use this traditional energy sources to fly. It use, I believe, like a bird, and sometimes you see it like as a fish is swimming. So it use another stuff to do this. I believe. I'm just speculating here. I don't know. Yeah. So here you see here. So here you see. So yeah, that was all. So we're gonna watch more uh, from live footage, and of course here this is where I usually watch to see if anything happens. But today we have a lot of news, and this main news they killed Hezbollah leader, and this is of course the spaceship of God here also landing. See it, you see it, you see it. Right behind the building. Still see it, still see it. So this is Anu. You saw it landing, and we saw spaceship of God, King Anu, the Most High, Creator of all, on life, on life. This is 28 September 1313. Blessing